Melia Arnett-Archie, welcome to our firm Rosen Injury Law. And I'm thrilled to have you. We got to chat a little bit before we get started, but introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us a little bit about your practice.
Yeah, I'm Melia, as you've already said. I call myself the social media lawyer. My firm is carving out a niche in providing sound legal services to content creators, influencers, and businesses who are really expanding their reach to their customers and clients through digital media.
I love what you're doing and I love your niche because I'm a content creator and I think that there are so many people that are creating content that aren't protecting their businesses. They don't understand the growth, the stuff that's behind it. And I'm convinced that it's just an area that if you niche down now, there's so many people that are going to need help.
I agree. I mean, I think that's part of it is the education, right? You know, social media has skyrocketed. I mean, it's moving at light speed, and you know, folks are jumping into this creators economy like never before. And so I think, you know, I see my sole role right now is educating on what the risks are and what we can do about them so that folks can create in peace and continue to grow. But, you know, as you're carving out a niche, you've got to do that. Take the time up front to let people know what they need.
Your background, though, I think translates so elegantly to what you're doing. So tell us a little bit about your background. I know that you started at the state attorney's office, but then you were in-house counsel for a big business, you know, as their general counsel, basically, or assistant general counsel. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I transitioned from the state. I love my time at the state, being a litigator, and you know all the good work that we did for the citizens of Miami-Dade County. But I transitioned in-house in 2013 and started my career in privacy, cybersecurity, and technology for a large medical device company. And I think what translates well between what I did there and what I'm doing now is really the need to build, right? So to sort of build a practice, build a program, build, you know, a global reach. And that takes a lot of influence and a lot of know-how. And, you know, I'm having fun right now using all the things I learned in-house.
I could see that you're having a lot of fun because I see your YouTube videos are amazing. Your Instagram presence is awesome. The content is just really high quality. And you know what I really like is that the business that you're going into with the background as a state attorney, there are so many lawyers out there that don't have that background, and clients are going to benefit so much from that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think that is my foundation, right? Because that taught me how to care deeply for, you know, at that time, victims and their families and the citizens of the county. And now my clients in the same way I cared for my in-house clients. With the upside of, you know, no one's going to jail or dying. So
the upside, and again, I tell law students all the time is when they graduate from law school, whatever type of law they're going to go into, if they're going to be a in-house counselor, if they're going to be a defense attorney, if they're going to be whatever it is. I mean, unless it's like real estate or something, but if you're going to be representing clients with that state attorney or public defender foundation, you have this confidence of fighting for people, no matter what.
That's right.
Right? That foundation I love because it's like you have that in your blood to be able to, whoever it is that comes to you for counsel, legal advice, protection of their business, they also have a fighter, right?
That's right. That's right. They used to call me a bulldog when I was a prosecutor. I took that as a compliment. I'll still take it. But it teaches you how to think quickly, but not recklessly, because there's so much at stake. And I think I'm still very much utilizing, you know, all of those tools in private practice.
And so a little bit about the, you know, being a general counsel and stuff. Explain how that helps you in your current business with helping content creators and businesses.
Yeah, so like I said, I had the great fortune of building a practice that did not exist before me at the global company that I worked for before coming out on my own. And it took a lot of digging deep to really understand the exposure that the company had, and but not sort of building for compliance, but building for growth. And that growth mindset is something that I learned in corporate and that I bring out to the content creators and influencers and business owners that I'm working with, because I understand there is a goal at the end of the day, and my job is to help them arrive there safely.
And you know what's awesome is you also at your office now, you have your own studio. so you can actually help content creators create their content in your office if they need to, or you can rent it out to other people. And then another part of your business is you do subscription work for small businesses.
That's right.
What is that? Tell me about that.
So the fractional general counsel services really just came along because I thought all of the great partnerships that I had in-house with my clients, being able to know their needs intimately and helped be proactive in terms of how we mitigated risks and thought about how they grew. Small businesses have the same needs. The difference is they can't afford to have a lawyer like me on payroll. So we brought this fractional general counsel model on a subscription basis to small and mid-sized businesses to make it affordable, but also to sort of turn the corner on this idea that when you're a business, you hire, a real estate lawyer for real estate. You hire a contracts lawyer, IP lawyer for IP. We really want to be sort of that touch point for everything that your business needs and sort of run point on bringing in other experts as needed so that you can grow with your lawyer versus, having to rebuild a relationship every time you need something.
I love the idea of a subscription-based program where you're representing people, you're able to give them counsel. They don't have to spend an arm and a leg at, one of these other, boutique firms. They're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month if they're going to have someone that's really there on the payroll with the subscription model. They can pay you this monthly fee, whatever it is, and then do they have access to you? How do you help them?
Yeah, that's right. Depending on the tier that they buy into, they get a certain amount of consultation hours every month. We're reviewing their day-to-day contracts. We are really a part of their business. And so we've seen a lot of growth just with the subscription model because businesses don't know, again, an area they don't know they need it until we offer it. And we say, this is something that you don't have to wait until the bad thing happens to call us. We can be at the table with you, strategizing and making plans. Yeah,
I love it. That's so great. So your office, where are you guys located?
We are at 901 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Both VoiceBox Podcast and Creator Studio and the law firm, the Modern Creators Law Firm.
How do people find, when I watch, like I said, I keep raving about your YouTube videos. I just think the content's amazing and the quality's amazing. What's the YouTube channel? How can they find you on YouTube?
They can find me on YouTube at Legal Ease on Me. That is the name of our podcast. And you can find it there, all of the episodes that we've released. I have so much fun doing that, by the way. Yeah. So I'm happy to be here with you today.
Listen, and I want to be on your podcast at some point too, right? So we're going to cut this up and put it on Instagram and stuff so everyone can watch and find you also, because I think you are poised for this amazing growth with your new business, right? I mean, you had your background of years with the state attorney's office and then years in-house counsel. Clients are gonna like be privileged to have your help.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I really do. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the folks that I've been able to meet and in just growing the business. We've been open since January, so we're brand new, but we're growing fast because I think people get it once we have the opportunity to explain the benefits that we can bring to their content creation and businesses.
Let me ask you something. What are some of the benefits for a content creation business to hire a lawyer to help them with their content creation and growth?
First of all, I'll tell you this. The idea came, I'm a TikToker. So
Me too.
46,000 followers on TikTok. We're really growing on that platform. But I really started to see an opening on TikTok because so many small businesses are actually doing business over that app. And they were having issues with, copyright issues and folks, using their content, businesses and brands using their content without getting, the proper licenses to do so. But they didn't know what their options were. And so we said, this is an area, a void that we can fill. And we started to work on that by just talking about trademarking, copyrights, the intellectual property side, the standard business things. A lot of content creators didn't understand that they are in fact businesses. So doing that education just through, talking head posts and explaining what we do has helped us grow in this area.
I think, whenever I think about TikTok, for me, personal injury law is hard to capture a big audience. Like I've always tried to come up with new ideas or something that's going to be interesting, you know, slipping on a banana peel or something that people are going to think is going to be engaging and interesting. I think it's a harder area for growth. There are some personal injury lawyers that have phenomenal growth on TikTok, but the area of trademark, the area of content creation, the area of, you know, that and growth, I think is just a perfect area where there is a mass that needs to learn more about this stuff, right?
I agree, and it's really hitting home. I'll tell you one quick story. There was a content creator who reached out because a brand had downloaded one of her posts and re-uploaded it as a paid ad. And she knew enough to know that that wasn't right. And so she reached out to the brand herself to negotiate, and they offered her a $75 gift card. She called me, and we were able to turn that $75 gift card into $12,000 and $12,500.
I love it.
Because when you have someone who will fight for you, that understands how social media works, and you know what rights you do have, you know, we can have very solid conversations and drive results fast. And that's the sort of thing that I think content creators benefit from working with someone who actually understands social media. So not just any IP lawyer, any entertainment lawyer, but someone who gets social media. And
I think the tagline is you're the social media lawyer.
I am the social media lawyer.
And that's branding. Okay, that's perfect. Listen, that is how I will remember you, as the social media lawyer. So if I have something that comes up, someone steals and downloads my video.
That's right. Call me.
I'm going to reach out. So like I said, if people want to get in touch with you, what's your website? What's your phone number? How can they reach out? Content creators, social media stars, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can call me at 954-315-3880. Our website is moderncreatorslaw.com. And please do follow me on TikTok, the social media lawyer.
I love it. If I haven't already followed you, which I think I already did, but I'm definitely going to follow you. But listen, I appreciate you coming into the office, and the next time I see you, I'm going to be at your office at the podcast studio. We're going to create some more videos and stuff. And
I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, I'm really interested in doing it. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Awesome.